I'm sitting here just thinking. The nurse isn't the only one who has a problem. Let me kind of get back into the details. There was a nurse who came on and he was a big fan of Anton Daniels, and Anton Daniels made a video where he flexed on him. And he is so dead set on becoming a big famous YouTuber, right? That he completely ignores what he could do to make $1 million a year. Because he came in and I made a video about him. I actually gave him a game plan, a legitimate game plan that would make him $1 million a year. He didn't want to hear it. He wasn't interested. And this got me to thinking. Right now, I've got some training. I got some YouTube training going on. And there's a bunch of people who want the money, who want the lifestyle, but they just refuse to do the work. I'm not going to do that. There's Hustlers XYZ on there. He ain't doing all that. He got the money. He got the big booty Betty. And I'm just sitting here trying to understand why people do not want to do what they need to do to be successful. Now, one of the things I feel that has messed me up is I've been transparently honest. I've been radically honest. Once in my life, I was homeless. And I worked my way out of being homeless to making millions of dollars a year. Homeless, millions of dollars a year. We're going to cut all this stuff in the middle out. It's just, we're going to get rid of that. He was homeless, now he makes me. We're just going to just leap over that. And I just look at people who just absolutely refuse to acknowledge that they need help. And because here's the thing, and let me share something with you. It was a struggle for me in the beginning to sell online courses. It was a deep, deep struggle. I went through this thing, it was Vidcaster, then I had to put together a payment plan with 2 checkout. It was a nightmare compared to how I can do an online course today. It took me that first online course was janky, it was jumbled. I may have made $8,000, maybe, and I was glad to get it. And then 2016, I moved back to Sandy Springs and I came across Thinkific. And I ran into a situation where I needed money. I needed a lot of money. And literally I used Thinkific, I used Stripe, I launched the payment processor, and within 4 weeks, that was my first $20,000 week. And it just got better and better and better and better. Let's go back to the hard part. This is something that everyone keeps trying to avoid, the hard part, doing it, being in the struggle. Just try to avoid that. Just literally try to avoid doing that. It's just going back to the nurse. All right, as a nurse, as an RN nurse, it is really, really bad that you have a legal license that you can open up an agency and make millions and have a similar YouTube lifestyle. You won't be on YouTube, but you have a company, an agent, you have a bunch of nurses out there working. And like my friend Scott Forte. Scott opened up a surgical assistant agency early 90s, right? Scott bought a house for $185,000 in the early 90s. That same house is a $800,000 house today. He was able to quit working in the North Side, go through his agency, and he started making crazy amount of money, right? But there's this resistance to people doing the hard work. Like there's a lot of people like, I don't really want to take a YouTube course. I really don't want to learn how to do YouTube. I just want the money. I remember I had this guy. I was running ads because I was trying to do some credit repair. And I stopped the ads because I had too many people who saw me do the ads and they would answer the ad and go to the phone because they just wanted to talk to me. They didn't need the credit repair. It was annoying. It was very, very annoying. And he said, man, I just want to be like you. I want to buy the car you have. But once again, homeless, the stuff in the middle, the hard work, the effort, the education, sure, jump over that. And I'm trying to understand why you guys are under the fantasy. It is a fantasy that you can get rich without hard work. I don't understand it. I just simply do not understand why you guys have this fantasy that you can literally go ahead and become fantastically wealthy and just skip the hard work. I mean, I see it over and over and over and over. The nurse, and then these people who have their internet fame boys and stuff, and they look up to these people. And the whole thing of actually doing the hard work to build something. I've been making money online before 2009. I used to do heavy eBay, heavy stuff. But one of the things that I have learned is that traditionally the fast, quick, that stuff just typically doesn't work. And I'll share an experience with you. There was someone that put up a video like how to get customers to buy your course before you make your course, right? I had to watch that video 10 times to get all of the finer points. Video was an hour long, so I spent 10 hours watching one video over and over again. Okay, this works, this works, this works. Y'all will not do that. Y'all will, once again, in the YouTube training, I had a gentleman, his name is Jonah. This man left London, went to Nigeria to build a hospital because his mother wanted a hospital in her native. The amount of work that went into that is mind-boggling. To leave London, to move to Nigeria, to set stuff up, to deal with contractors, to build up. He had to do so much work to make what his mother wanted become a real thing. And this is one of the things, because he will be successful in life, because he's willing to do the hard work. But I got a group of people who follow me. They open up the emails, but they refuse to commit to doing the work. Everyone feels that, let's talk about ChatGPT. AI does this, AI replaces all this. All right. I can literally write a book using ChatGPT, 35,000 word book in an hour. I can do that. Can you do that? No. You can't. Go ahead and try to say, ChatGPT, I want to write this book. You will get frustrated. You would literally want to throw the computer across the street because you do not have the intimate details. Because see, ChatGPT is just a tool. I have the knowledge of being a writer. I know how to write a book the old-fashioned way. First thing you do, you come up with a name. Second thing you do, you come up with a core thesis. Third thing you do, you come up with a table of contents before you begin to write anything, because what's going to happen, you sit down and start writing, you're going to get lost because you have no structure. So the first thing you got to do is establish the structure. Now, this is what's going to be really, really dope. I got a bunch of books. I need to put them on Amazon. I'm going to start working on setting that up. But in the future, AI will be able to write a fictional book that will be awesome. That's coming. Right now, AI will help you write a how-to book. Fiction, where you have to go back and forth with scenes and stuff, that can create a problem. But in the future, you're going to be able to sit down, with ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, DeepSeek, and literally write a great, not an okay, but a great fictional book. And when that comes, guess who's going to be making the money? The same people who are making the money writing books the old fashioned way, because they have the knowledge base. And people, I think, have a false sense of, how can I say this? They just believe that AI is going to do everything. Hear me and hear me well. Once you become the director of AI, you will get rich. As long as you keep believing that AI is going to become Skynet, we're going to have Terminator, all right, you're just going to get ran over. I use AI every day. And this is one of the things that I think is a problem. Everyone is going for the new AI solution. It's like over here, ChatGPT, we're going to use ChatGPT. We're going to go to Claude. Or Claude's, then we're going to go to this new thing. Because there's an AI that has agents that does things for you right now. Now, here's the problem with that. If you don't know how to run a business, you don't know how to set things up, you can't deploy the agent because you don't have the business knowledge. So yeah, this AI can do all this other stuff. It can answer phone calls. It can do all this other stuff. But you don't know how to do that on an intimate knowledge basis, which means the technology is completely and utterly useless to you. But once again, people keep believing in false narratives. Like right now, this is what I feel is going to happen. Because right now we're at the YouTube training. I got to contact Jonah tomorrow. We got all types of stuff that's going on. And once this stuff becomes qualified, I throw the books on Amazon. I get the stuff going on. I get things rolling. Then I'm going to have people who are going to send me or my assistant an email saying, hey, can I get that $500 pricing that you was offering 6 months ago? And the answer is going to be no. It happens each and every time. Once something gets validated, this is when people come, but they want the early pricing, because the pricing is for folks who will step up and get out and enroll in this. But just like this nurse who absolutely refuses to see what he could build using his license, that's how a lot of you guys are. You absolutely refuse to do the hard work, refuse to learn, and you're hoping and praying that it's going to really, really change or turn around and become this magnificent thing. It's not going to happen, man. It's just not going to happen. So what's going to happen is there's going to be a group of wealthy people in the future. We will have our first trillionaire, a person worth $1 trillion, and we're going to have a lot of wealthy people who will use AI to get wealthy. But these folks are not going to be on AI for like these commercials. I see these ads. I use 15 minutes a day AI, and it makes me the most dangerous person. That's bullshit. You know how often I would say I would use AI on a slow day 3 hours a day. Not just sitting down for 3 hours straight, but over the course of the day, I'll use it 3 hours. Heavy day, 10 hours, easy. So the more I use it, the more I work on it, the greater it becomes, the easier it is for me to actually become even better at it. Because here's the thing, ChatGPT is getting better and better and better. The AI that I'm using today will be radically better 6 months in the future. But once again, you guys are not using this stuff. You're not spending the time. And also, let's talk about to the people who work, because this is my biggest group of customers. Time management. And this is really, really brutal. You got to go to work, keep your job, and you got to come home and spend 2 to 3 hours learning new stuff every day for weeks and weeks and weeks. That's not a sexy picture. It kind of reminds me of when I got divorced and my credit got screwed up. I had to fix my credit. It took me 8 months to fix my credit. And I actually got sued by one company, had to go to court. because of research I did online. I was able to beat that lawsuit. But it took me 8 months. So I would go to work every day and I would come home and I would work on my credit for about an hour to 2 hours every day for 8 months. And this is what you have to do if you want to be successful. Now, I didn't have to keep doing that forever and ever, but 8 months is a pretty significant time. Like right now, I started working out. And this is the 3rd week of my program. I'm going to look radically different 90 days from now. Well, let's say 3rd week. So I got 2 months and a week where I'm going to start looking really, really different because I've worked out before. Right now, I'm actually sore from working out. So I understand that process, but if I don't do the work today, the 90-day result will never happen because I have to do the work today. And this is one of the things that I think you guys are just, I don't even know, put it in the comments. Do you refuse to accept that one, you would have to do the thankless work today to get where you want to be tomorrow? Is that part of the notion? Is that the whole thing that's going through your minds? Because I sit here and I know, and I'm very different. There was a guy who has a YouTube channel that talks about money. And I was like, I talk about money. I talk about money better than that. You know what I did that day? I started a YouTube channel and I wrote a book that day. I did not sit around and wait for, well, let's go ahead and think about, no, I took action. That's what you gotta do. You gotta get active. But once again, because I'm just trying to figure out what you guys are thinking and where you guys think you're gonna go and where you guys think you're gonna end up. Let me know in the comments because we got the coaching program, we've got the YouTube thing going on. I think more and more people are going to get onto the YouTube training. And we have a lot of stuff that's going down. A lot of stuff that's going down. A lot of training. Now, I won't be making videos like this end of April because I'll be really, really busy and we'll be hopping and going on because I have an online course business, I have a YouTube business, a real YouTube business, jewelry business number 1, jewelry business number 2. So we got a lot of stuff that's going on. So let me know your thoughts and opinions and what's happening with you guys and why you are so hard pressed to understand that you have to do the thankless work first before you can move off into doing something elegant and beautiful. Please let me know.